Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where the guy with brainworms wants to make America healthy again, this is Ballot.
That's right. And Beyonce is lucky she didn't show up at the DNC or she'd have COVID. Let's hit this! Well, folks, it looks like the Democratic National Convention had an uninvited guest this year. And it wasn't Bernie Sanders trying to crash the party again, and it sure as hell wasn't Beyonce. Nope, it was our old friend COVID-19, making a surprise appearance and leaving quite the impression on attendees. Seems like the Dems were so busy nominating Harris and Biden, they forgot to nominate someone to be in charge of hand sanitizer. Multiple convention goers have reported testing positive for COVID after their Chicago adventure. I guess Windy City now refers to all the coughing. Christopher Wiggins, a reporter at The Advocate, tweeted, "When you spend 5 days in Chicago for the DNC and come home with COVID-19, womp womp." Womp womp indeed, Chris. Looks like he got more than just a story at the convention. Human rights lawyer Yasmin Taib chimed in, saying she arrived at the DNC healthy and hopeful and left very sick and disillusioned. Wait, was that COVID? Or just that the Dems try to act like they are the party of the people while palling around with Oprah? It's the classic DNC experience. Come for the politics, stay for the disillusionment and communicable diseases. But the award for most enthusiastic COVID catcher goes to Fred Wellman, host of On Democracy Pod. He exclaimed, "Oh man, I brought home so much sweet swag from the DNC. Coffee mugs, stickers, t-shirts, poster, buttons, bags, pins, and COVID! Sweet!" Fred, I hate to break it to you, but that's not the kind of positive test result people usually brag about. Ironically, this was the Dems' first major in-person convention since 2016, because 2020 went virtual due to, wait for it, COVID. Maybe we need to make America healthy again. That's RFK's latest plan. Kennedy took the stage and asked the burning question on everyone's minds. Don't you want a president who is going to make America healthy again? Because apparently, make America great again wasn't quite specific enough. I guess great doesn't cover able to touch your toes without wheezing. The crowd went wild, probably because they thought Kennedy was about to hand out free kale smoothies and healing crystals. But no, he was there to talk about the fundamentals of good governance. You know, like making sure the chemtrails aren't turning the frogs gay. One thing's for sure, Kennedy's call to make America healthy again has left a lasting impression. And by lasting impression, I mean it's probably going to be a new line of MAGA hats by next week. Red ones, of course, because they deflect 5G signals better. Man, if I were Cheryl Hines, I'd dump that loser and date a younger guy with his own podcast. Remember when Donald Trump called cryptocurrency a scam? Well, apparently, he's had a change of heart faster than a New York minute. That's right. The man who once couldn't figure out how to close an umbrella is now crypto's biggest cheerleader. In a twist that's more surprising than finding out your Bitcoin wallet password was MAGA 2020, Trump recently spoke at a Bitcoin conference in Nashville. He told the crowd, "If crypto is going to define the future, I want it to be mined, minted, and made in the USA." I haven't seen such a dramatic 180 since Trump's last tweet about, anything. But how did this happen? Well, it turns out a group of Bitcoin enthusiasts managed to orange pill Trump. For those not in the know, that's crypto speak for convincing someone to believe in Bitcoin. It's like red pilling, but with more digital coins and fewer trips down the rabbit hole. These crypto converts reportedly included a shadow chief of Bitcoin miners, a former California prosecutor, and a media CEO. It's like the setup for a bad joke. A miner, a lawyer, and a media mogul walk into Mar-a-Lago. They managed to convince Trump that Bitcoin is the future, probably by telling him it's like golf. But instead of hitting balls into holes, you're throwing money into digital wallets. Trump even declared, "We will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, 'Please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it.'" Sounds like someone's been taking energy policy advice from a toddler who just discovered light switches. In a move that's about as surprising as finding out water is wet, Trump is now accepting cryptocurrency donations for his campaign. He claims to have raised $25 million in crypto-related funds. That's a lot of digital coins, almost as many as the number of times he's said fake news in the last hour. We've got a real-life game of The Floor is Lava happening in Alexandria, Virginia. And J.D. Vance is the kid who won't get off the couch. The Republican VP hopeful has managed to tick off his neighbors faster than you can say, Hillbilly Elegy audiobook. Why? Because the Secret Service decided to shut down the local park and turn his neighborhood into Fort Knox. That's right, the Judy Low Neighborhood Park is now off limits. I guess the Secret Service was worried about potential threats from, what? Rogue squirrels? Anarchist toddlers on the monkey bars? One neighbor, Thomas Blackwood, really brought out the big guns. He said, "I am all for protecting people, but if that park is such a danger, he should probably move." Ouch, Thomas. That's the political equivalent of, it's not you, it's me, and your massive security detail. Another neighbor pointed out that the park belongs to the residents of Alexandria. You know, those pesky voters who might have opinions about having their jungle gym cordoned off like a crime scene. But don't worry, folks. One level-headed commentator reminded everyone that we should be proud to have a neighbor running for VP. Yeah, because nothing says proud like not being able to walk your dog without going through a TSA-style pat-down. The cherry on top? Turns out the park is named after Judy Low, a Democratic activist who, according to a local businessman, believed in everything he opposes. Talk about awkward neighbor BBQs. Well, folks, it looks like Ben Affleck is trading in his Jenny from the block for a Kennedy from the compound. That's right. Our favorite Boston boy has been spotted hanging out with Kick Kennedy, daughter of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and niece of JFK Jr. Apparently, they've been seen at the Polo Lounge in Beverly Hills, because nothing says keeping it low-key like hanging out at one of the most famous celebrity hotspots in town. I guess the McDonald's drive-thru was too crowded. Now, we don't know the exact nature of their relationship. Kick's staying mum, and Ben's reps are probably too busy drafting divorce papers to comment. But let's be real, folks. In Hollywood, hanging out is code for, we're definitely dating but don't want to admit it yet. This news comes hot on the heels of J.Lo filing for divorce from Ben. She cited irreconcilable differences as the reason. You know, like Ben's irreconcilable need to escape the paparazzi, and J.Lo's irreconcilable need to be followed by them 24/7. Apparently, Ben freaked out during their Paris honeymoon because of all the media attention. Poor guy. It's not like he's been a major Hollywood star for decades or anything. Who could have seen that coming? An insider tells us that Ben is proud of the fact that he always has and always will take care of himself. Translation: Ben Affleck really likes Ben Affleck and isn't afraid to show it. Meanwhile, J.Lo is reportedly feeling humiliated and furious about the split. She thought they were finally going to make it work this time around. Because nothing says true love like your third attempt at a relationship with someone who clearly can't handle your lifestyle. So there you have it, folks. Ben Affleck. From Dunkin' Donuts runs with J.Lo to power lunches with a Kennedy. What's next? Will he start dating a Kardashian? Only time will tell. Portions of today's program were made with the help of AI, and hopefully not with the help of COVID. Man, if I worked for Crooked Media, I'd probably get 94 sick days. But the slave drivers here are likely just going to tell me to record from home.